Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Shadowkin Summon Pool event started today. It's going to last for 4 days, and this is yet another chance to pick up Leonardo as well. Leonardo is one of the headline champions, although headline champions this time divided, so 2 headline champions, and also lower chance, 1.5% overall, to get one of the headline champions. So not a great opportunity to pick up Leonardo, although it is possible. Shadowkin champions overall, Shadowkin champions are a little bit hard to come by. I don't have a good Shadowkin collection myself, but then again, that also means that the summon pool has pretty slim collection to pick from. But let's take an in-depth look at what is being offered here. First, thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video and for giving me this wonderful promo link. You can find it down below in the description, there on the QR code, that if you start a new Raid account, you get Deacon Armstrong after the tutorial, Uugo at 15, Tagoar at 20, Mausoleum Mage at 30, the best possible start to Raid. But this Shadowkin Summon Pool. So Leonardo and Tetsuya are the headline champions, and then the legendary champions are Harima, Noble, Lady Kimi, Michinaki, Ishiyama, Arashi, Kyoku, and Gamuran. And as always in a summon pool, there are 12 epics on offer, and Shadowkin only has 20 epics to choose from, so this is the majority of Shadowkin epics. There's Burangiri, Sachi, Kunoichi, Hotatsu, Chani, Toragi, Nogoryo, Kinakashi, Gori, Masamoto, Yuroin, and Chonoru. And there's also some notable absences. I will talk about the quality in just a bit. So that's the pool. And if you want to pull from this pool, you need to get some prism crystals. You can buy them from the in-game shop. 80 crystals for 23.99 euros, and 40 crystals are needed for pool, so that's 12 euros per pool. You can also get 40 crystals from a current in-game event, and it looks like there's only going to be one event for this summon pool, so one free pool if you complete the event. And how good is the pool exactly? Well, the headline champions are both really, truly phenomenal. Leonardo, obviously, limited time availability, Ninja Turtle, rated S in Ayumi Love, rated 5 in Hell Hades, best possible ratings on both sides. And then Tetsuya, it's not limited, but it's still a wonderful, wonderful champion. And also, outside of the headline champions, Kyoku is available in this one, and Kyoku is just phenomenal. So the possibility to get a superb pool out of this pool is 2.06%. Then there are also some strong champions here. There are the best Shadowkin legendary champions available. There's also Harima, there's Lady Kimi, there's Michinaki, and out of the epics, Toragi. Toragi is just a wonderful, truly versatile champion. So the possibility to get a really strong pool is 9.5%. And the number of available champions are also quite alright. So Ishiyama, Arashi, Gamuran, you're fine if you pick one of those. And out of the epics, Burangiri, obviously quite niche, so Doom Tower, Bommel Specialist in particular. And then there's this trio of pretty strong epics from Shadowkin that I was really wondering, would I rate this as strong? But they're not as versatile as Toragi is. So there's Sachi. Sachi is really great if there's multiple enemies, because she can just revive and revive. She revives stuff when she kills stuff. So it can be really awesome. There's Kunoichi and there's Hotatsu. So there is definitely some power here. However, the limitations of the Shadowkin 20 epic pool really show in this summon pool event, because the majority of pools are weak pools, and this has not happened in summon pool events, at least for a very long time, at least during the time that I have been watching this, because, well, Noble can do some things, but Noble needs someone to apply fear, so that's a legendary. And then these epics, Chani, Nogoryo, Gori, Kinagashi, Masamoto, Yuroi, and Chonoru. These are just not at the level that you typically expect epics to be in a summon pool event. Summon pool event usually has like 2 or 3 of these weaker epics, and now here we have 7. So regardless if you consider Sachi, for example, that I rated as okay here, but do you think, okay, Sachi would actually be a great pool? Yeah, but even if she was, then this number of weak pools from the pool, this is just really hard to come back from. You are able to get one pool for free though, or, well, you still have to complete the event. The event though is pretty difficult because it's a soul chase. So there's typically 1 or 2 events that give Prism Crystals. This time it looks like there's going to be 1. And it's the Soul Chase tournament. It's already underway. And Soul Chase tournament, you're going to need 1030 points in order to get the Prism Crystals from this event. And I calculated the averages for soulstone values, and the soulstone values, and there's a lot of variance because you get a lot more points for getting more rare and more high star souls, and you can get even the best soul is possible to get from a mortal soulstone. The chance is just really, really low. So mortal soulstone average value in points in Soul Chase event is 9.02. Immortal is a 67 pointer and Eternal is 375 points. However, when you pull Mortal and Immortal Soulstones, you also get some coins. So if you spend those coins to buy more Soulstones, then you can actually add a little bit of value, although you have to pull 50 Mortals or 40 Immortals in order to get enough coins to make a single purchase. So you still need to work on that quite a bit. But with coins, Mortals are worth 10.5 points on average, Immortals 78 and Eternals 375 still, because Eternals don't give you any coins. But yeah, the variance is just huge. So if you're pulling if let's say you're trying to get 1030 points, it would take 15 Immortal Soulstones. But after 15, your point total can vary wildly. So 15 is such a small sample size that it's not reliable that you will get those points. Mortals are a little bit more consistent because you're pulling more of them, but still, even they are not very reliable. To get those 1030 points, you would have to pull on average 140 Immortals. And if you were to convert those Mortals, the coins that you get, into Immortals, then getting those 2 Immortals would get you, maybe you could do it with around 100 Mortal Soulstones, plus those 2 Immortals that you can buy with the coins. But yeah, Soulstone events are tough. There might be some guaranteed events still. We still haven't seen guaranteed events for Leonardo and Raphael. They might use souls, and yeah, it's just really hard to justify trying to do this soul chase. So there are definite upsides to this summon pool, but overall I think this is the weakest summon pool that I have seen. Okay, each pool is like a curated Sacred Shard. You can't combine it with a double event, of course, but still, that's typically really good because the epic pool is usually so good. But this time the epic pool is lackluster, so that means that these curated Sacred Shards don't actually have all that good stuff. 12 euro price is lower than Sacred Shards most of the time. The crystal offers will end, but the pool is available for the next champion chase. So potentially, if you're going for the fusion, you need points for the champion chase. Getting some of these crystals, so you're guaranteed at least epics, so you're going to get a bunch of points for the champion chase. So that can be good. So that's one of the big selling points of this pool. And the other big selling point, of course, is Leonardo. But at a 0.75% chance, the average cost to get Leonardo from this pool is 1,600 euros. So if there's going to be a Leonardo event, probably going to be a Heroes Path. Heroes Path is expensive, but 1,600 euros expensive. You're probably just better off trying to get Leonardo from a guaranteed event. But I mean, of course, if you're pulling a little bit from here anyway, then the chance at Leonardo, sometimes you just get lucky and you get a good roll. But yeah, Shadowkin epics, they're just letting you down a little bit here. There's only 20 to choose from, although Plarium could have made it a little bit better if they had added all the good ones. Because they left out Genbo, they left out Oboro, and they left out Fenshi, I guess, is the third pretty good one that they left out. But like, if there was an Oboro in this pool, because I know people want Oboro, so that would have made the pool a lot more attractive because, hey, suddenly you would have like 8% chance to pull Oboro, and that would have enticed people. So I would have definitely put in either Genbo or Oboro in this pool, probably Oboro, and give people the chance, that incentive. Because as it is right now, I just have a hard time recommending this one. There is, of course, that small chance at Leonardo. There are those champion chase points. So if you're doing the fusion, you think, hey, okay, I want some champion chase points, and this investment is going to be good for those champion chase points. I'm going to pull the crystals when champion chase is going. Then that is some kind of rationale to use this. And there are those big Shadowkin legendaries, and some of those are pretty sweet. So there's some things going for this, but this really lacks the consistency that summon pool events typically have. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.